The Galactic Council chamber fell silent as the holographic message materialized above the central dais. Earth hung suspended in the projection, blue, white, and green, beautiful even as it burned. Ambassador Zektar of the Dominion adjusted his ceremonial robes, savoring what he believed would be humanity's final plea for mercy. Esteemed members of the Council, the human voice began, calm and measured despite the orbital bombardment visible in the background. This is Director Sarah Chen of the United Earth Defense Command. By the time you receive this message, our homeworld will likely be in ruins, and our species scattered to the cosmic winds. Zektar's mandibles clicked in satisfaction. The humans had resisted the Dominion's expansion for 3 standard cycles, their primitive technology somehow holding back the most advanced military force in the galaxy. But all resistance eventually crumbled. "We know you expect us to beg," Chen continued, her dark eyes steady as explosions bloomed behind her. "To offer surrender terms, perhaps promise tribute or servitude. After all, that's what every other species has done when faced with the Dominion's might." The Vorthak representative, Admiral Grix, leaned forward with interest. His species had fallen to the Dominion a century ago, their warrior culture broken in mere months. Now they served as willing enforcers, having forgotten their own courage. "But humans are different," Chen said, and something in her tone made the temperature in the chamber seem to drop. "We've spent the last 3 years studying you. Not just your technology or military tactics, though we've learned plenty about those. We've studied your psychology, your history, your deepest fears." The projection shifted, showing tactical displays that made several council members shift uncomfortably. Detailed schematics of Dominion vessels, troop movements, supply lines, intelligence that should have been impossible for a primitive species to obtain. "You see, while you were focused on breaking our spirit," Chen continued, "we were breaking your codes, infiltrating your networks, and placing our people in positions you never thought to guard. Did you really think Earth was humanity's only world?" Zektar felt the first stirring of unease. The Dominion's intelligence had confirmed Earth as humanity's sole inhabited planet. Their species was barely spacefaring, limited to their single star system. "For the past decade, we've been seeding the galaxy with what you would call sleeper colony," Chen explained. "Hidden settlements in asteroid fields, hollowed-out moons even inside the cores of dead planets. Each one is self-sufficient, invisible to your sensors, and populated by volunteers who knew they might never see Earth again." The display changed again, showing star charts with thousands of red dots scattered across Dominion space. The scope was impossible. It would have required technology and coordination far beyond what humanity was supposed to possess. "But the real surprise isn't where we've hidden," Chen said, her smile cold as vacuum. "It's what we've been doing while hiding. You see, every species you've conquered has been reactive, fighting desperately to protect what they already had. Humans think differently. We prepare for wars that haven't started yet." Admiral Grix stood abruptly, his translator barely keeping up with his rapid-fire questions to his tactical staff. Other council members were frantically accessing their communication networks, trying to verify the impossible intelligence being displayed. "Over the past 3 years, our deep cover operatives have accessed your central databases, learned your languages, studied your cultures, and most importantly, identified your critical infrastructure. Every major shipyard, every command center, every resource depot, we know where they are, how they're defended, and exactly how to destroy them." The projection shifted to show surveillance footage from inside Dominion facilities. Human agents, some of whom had been working in sensitive positions for years, calmly going about their duties while secretly gathering intelligence. The implications were staggering. "You thought you were hunting a wounded animal," Chen said. "But we've been studying a predator, and now that predator is about to pounce." The lights in the chamber flickered. Emergency klaxons began wailing throughout the station. Reports flooded in from across Dominion space. Simultaneous attacks on critical infrastructure, sabotage from within, coordinated strikes that should have been impossible to execute. "You wanted to break humanity's spirit by destroying our homeworld," Chen continued even as explosions rocked Earth's surface behind her. "Instead, you've freed us from the one thing holding us back, our attachment to a single planet. Now we can be what we were always meant to be, scattered, hidden, and utterly merciless." Zektar's hands trembled as reports reached him. The primary shipyards at Kepler Station destroyed. The Dominion Central Command Hub offline. Supply convoys across 3 sectors vanished without a trace. It was coordinated chaos on a scale that no single species should have been capable of organizing. "Every human who dies today becomes a martyr," Chen said, her voice carrying the weight of prophecy. "Every burning city becomes a rallying cry. Every destroyed monument becomes fuel for a hatred that will burn across the galaxy for generations. You thought you were ending a war. Instead, you've started one that will never end." The transmission began to break up as Earth's communication arrays failed one by one, but Chen's voice remained clear, each word carrying the weight of absolute certainty. "To the species still serving the Dominion, remember what it felt like to be free. To those considering resistance, know that you're not alone. And to the Dominion leadership watching this transmission, understand that you've made the worst possible mistake." The image of Earth grew smaller as the transmission point moved away from the dying planet. But Chen's final words cut through the static with crystal clarity. "You wanted to destroy humanity. Instead, you've made us something far worse than a threat to your empire. You've made us a promise, and humans always keep their promises." The transmission ended, leaving the council chamber in stunned silence. In the distance, the first reports were already coming in of coordinated uprisings on conquered worlds, of Dominion forces mysteriously disappearing, of a shadow war that had been building in secret while the galaxy's attention was focused on Earth. Zektar stared at the empty space where the projection had been, finally understanding the true meaning of the final message. They hadn't broken humanity's spirit by destroying Earth. They had simply removed the last restraint on humanity's wrath. Across the galaxy, in hidden bases and secret colonies, millions of humans received the same transmission. Earth was gone, but humanity endured. And now, freed from the burden of defending their homeworld, they could focus entirely on what they did best, turning their enemies' greatest strengths into their most fatal weaknesses. The Dominion had wanted to send a message about the futility of resistance. Instead, they had just learned that some species don't break when you destroy their home. They evolve,